Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to The Stack. I'm Alex.
I'm Justin.
I'm Pete.
And today we are going to bring you reviews of the second issue of Booster Gold, latest issue of Walking Dead, and the latest issue of...
Cheater!
There's a lot of comics on this table to look at. And I was like, oh my god, I think we're doing that. New Avengers is the
You
other.
have to get your beep together.
All right. And we're going to get to one of your viewer mail. But before we do that, I wanted to point out that Pete is not wearing shorts for this episode.
Oh,
Wearing pants.
Thanks for the note, sweatshop.
Thanks
Any other fashion tips for us?
Yeah.
Listen, if Pete wants to feel his exposed balls during our show,
That's his prerogative.
Exactly.
All right?
I
We
just
don't-
want to thank Bombardum for coming to my aid. I appreciate it.
Hero.
you were
Real.
downed by a sweatshop.
Yeah.
And he cradled you in his loving
He
arms.
cradled your balls. Rescued them from their
Speaking
mockery.
of cradling balls, the second issue of Booster Gold just came out. We didn't get to review the first issue, but it was pretty good. It's a very, you agree, I see, again, you're shaking your head, yes, yes.
I was nervous about the series. I didn't think it was going to be good, but I actually like it a great deal. It's really kind of a different way of storytelling, the way they're doing it.
I couldn't disagree more. I hate Booster Gold. I hate that floating thing, and now it's flat.
Skeets.
Yeah, Skeets. Yeah, I know who it is. I don't like them. And it starts off like I try to get past every time I read one of these. Like I'm trying to, okay, maybe it's not going to be that bad. And I can't get past it. And it starts off with, "My name is Booster Gold. I'm the greatest hero in the world." Maybe
That's
you've heard of
Regan.
me.
And you but you still like Wolverine being like, my name is Wolverine, I'm the best there is at what I do every single
Yeah.
freaking issue.
You know what? He is not as cocky as Booster is. All right, he's not.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Just the pitch line for the
he's
show, and I
grizzled.
do think it has a very specific pitch line.
The comic book.
Yes, is an hour show.
Yeah. I was like,
Our show
what
is
are you
about three
pitching us
guys
to?
that review comic books. That's it. That's what I want to
Pay
tell
attention,
them.
NBC.
Booster Gold is essentially a time-traveling superhero fixing rifts in the time stream, but in order to do so nobody goes back and erases his past, he has to at the same time make everybody think he is the worst superhero in the world. So it's kind of a fun premise. It's
Yeah.
sort of like a Quantum Leap-ish in a way.
It is, which I love that show, so
Yes.
it's nice to see that. Thing is with time
Sam.
travel, I know. Thing is with time travel is it's always like, wait, they just wrecked that stadium, which they do in this issue. Isn't that different? Doesn't someone have to go back and now fix the stadium?
Yeah, the thing that I agree with you, it definitely crosses my mind, but because it's supposed to be kind of a fun romp,
Yeah,
the whole
it's very
thing,
romp.
I think it's
they should
like
put that on the cover. Romp.
a fun romp.
A fun romp.
For kids.
Yeah. Fun, sexy romp.
It ties into a lot of DC history.
Yeah.
I disagree with you, Pete. I think it's a lot of fun. The art's very good as well. It's an enjoyable book that I definitely.
I'm
recommend.
looking forward to the.
And the setup for next issue is Booster versus Jonah Hex.
Yeah, I'm
which
excited
is very
about that.
exciting.
So even though you hated the first two issues, you're excited for the third issue.
Exactly.
You're
Because I'm hoping.
sucker.
You're an
Yeah, I'm
enigma.
hoping-
You're an enigma.
I'm hoping that Jonah Hex is going to kill him. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
Third
wow.
issue.
That's
Look for a
definitely-
spoiler, you guys.
Wow.
Speaking of lots of spoilers, we are about to spoil the latest issue of The Walking Dead for you guys.
I don't like the term spoiler. Let's
Ruin.
invigorate,
Ruin.
excite our audience with. How about that? It's very
with
negative.
plot
spoil.
lines that you wouldn't find out and don't want to know.
Well, maybe you want to know. I don't
Yeah.
mind things spoiling.
Well,
'cause
you
the
guys,
story tells
you
a
guys
different-
really like this issue, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah, it was
really
great.
loved how it started off right where the other one left off.
especially because you didn't like the last one.
Yeah, I was
So-
pissed because I was like, oh my god, why would they have her do that? She has a kid that's so messed up.
If you're not reading, one of the characters puts herself right up to a zombie and lets a zombie kill her.
In a zombie's mouth, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not like a
Be
trick
my
like at the
friend,
circus.
be my friend. Yeah.
The circus people put their heads in lions' mouths, but it's not like that. It's not a trick.
No,
She dies.
She
Yeah.
dies, yeah. And
I didn't like this issue at all.
What?
Really?
Yeah,
How,
sorry,
I loved
guys.
when
You know, I like Robert Kirkman's writing a lot. The art is very good. I really enjoy it. But it's just I feel like consistently things happen in the series, but really nothing happens.
Well,
It's
they're
the
getting to something.
It's the same thing over and over again. And the reveal at the end, this is the big spoiler, the general, the guy who got his balls ripped off his back.
Did that happen?
What?
Did that happen?
Yeah, she ripped his balls right off.
Like he lost his arm.
And then cooked a
That's why I-
delightful stew.
Oh.
what?
Wow, that's really graphic.
Well,
That's unnecessary.
that was really off.
All you've been talking about is balls today. For God's sake,
Wait a-
Pete's balls, this guy's balls.
What's
What's
so we
next?
talk about New Avengers?
Oh man.
Last week was all about nuts.
But what I really liked was just when she started to turn into a zombie, I was like, oh my god, who's going to kill her? Boom!
Bang.
Right there. I love that.
That's my problem.
It was
Nothing-
awesome.
Okay, the big shocking cliffhanger at the end of the last issue is, oh my god, this stupid thing they did, which was letting a zombie inside.
Never good, always done.
Never good.
Never do that.
Zombie, of course, bites somebody. End of the last issue. What do? First couple of pages, it's bam, we got rid of the zombie. Bam, we got rid of the person who was killed by the zombie. Okay, everything's fine. Let's
No, but-
talk and yap and yap and yap and yap and yap and yap.
Wait, they're
but
playing
they're talking about-
basketball.
there's a lot
whole
going
lot of
on.
It's
stuff.
the
There's a
same
lot.
stuff they talk about every single issue.
I will
It's the only-
grant you.
Life is so bad. Things have changed since zombies attacked us. Oh wow, wow, wow.
Wait, the guy with oh my
You're
god.
not saying my
you
bunker
sound
when
like
the zombies
me.
attack.
You sound like me. You're very
But-
Yeah, I know.
But
I
this
think
is a
we,
great-
We switched nuts for the episode.
Oh,
my
man,
God.
let it go. That's
With the- no.
Oh, sorry, America. It's a great setup for the next issue, though,
Yeah.
and finally something will happen.
Yes.
I believe.
Plus,
I'm excited for the next issue.
Oh, you're
Pete and I
weird.
have completely switched places. Speaking of nuts, guess what, you guys?
Hold on
We'll-
a second. I believe we have to take a short break.
Oh, we do. After we take the short break, we will be back to talk more about nuts.
Stay
Cliffhanger, you guys. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for Nut Talk.
The fun part about DIY is that there's no rules. It's do it yourself, and when it means do it yourself, it means you're doing it. There's no boss, there's no president, there's nobody telling you, so you can just have fun with it. It's a process, and when it's done, it's well worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, so right back into the ball talk, you guys. Guess what? As I teased right before the break, New Avengers, Wolverine gets his dick shot off in this issue.
And they do it. You've been teasing balls all day. Slam.
how do you know that?
Anyway. So yeah. Oh, it's Wolverine
What is
versus.
going on?
It's Wolverine versus the Hood. That was a pun. A witty plan words. Wolverine versus the Hood, and over the course of this battle, subtly Wolverine gets his.
Subtly? How do you subtly?
He's like, ow. And then he's like, when I rip yours off, it's not going to grow back.
Yeah.
Then later he's like, I hope it grows back bigger.
Yeah.
There's nothing subtle about
Well,
it.
it's subtle because he never says, "Ow, my dick." So it's not like
Yeah.
it's not graphic, I guess. Not
Well,
like you.
there is a big
You learned the
smoking
word
wound.
subtlety this morning, right? This is the first time you used it?
I just looked it up on Wikipedia.
The issue's great.
Look
Here's
at that. I mean, he's grabbing his crotch and smoke is coming out. I mean, that's
It's bloody. And he's like,
Bloody smoke. Yeah. All right, I guess it is graphic.
the issue is great. I really
Yes.
love this series.
Yes.
I really love what Bendis is doing in this series. The most
Yeah.
interesting thing I thought about this issue is he's actually following up on a lot of plot threads that Brian K. Vaughan started, both
Yeah.
with creating the Hood and also in the Doctor Strange The Oath series, Doctor Strange hooks up with Night Nurse.
Which is awesome. And
You love
this,
that.
I love Night Nurse. That was a great series. Pick that up. I don't know when the
Awesome.
trade's coming out for
It
that, but
came out a couple of months ago.
great.
Yeah,
Um,
so-
It's pick that up. It's great. And you see Night Nurse here, and I think she's going to be part of the Avengers, like
Yeah.
kind of backup character.
yeah.
The whole series is really, really excellent. The art is only getting better. I was initially a little, I think, thrown by Leinil Yu's art and, at the start, but he is.
It's great, especially with the dark
Yeah.
tones for the series. This is kind of like the underground
Absolutely.
Avengers.
What do you
It's
guys
really
think
nice.
about? It's very much tying into Mighty Avengers right now.
Well,
How do you guys
it's a
feel about
crossover coming up. Not to spoil it or
Well, it's
excite
been
you with it.
spoiled
Not
by-
to excite you with it.
Yeah.
But there's a Venom, Venom alien symbiotes have been released all over New York, and it's a team up with the Mighty Avengers and the New Avengers,
Yeah.
which should be interesting. At the end of this, Maya gets infected with one.
Here's my guess about what's going to happen. In case you guys don't know, Secret Invasion is the big crossover.
Oh, that was just
next
announced.
summer, just announced. Bendis is writing it, 8 issues. I think Leinil Yu is actually drawing it as well, where they're going to resolve the whole scroll thing that's going on. My guess is after that, there's going to be one Avengers title, and it's just going to be called Avengers. It's going to be
Yeah, I
not,
think
a,
they'll
not a
bring them
return
back
from
together.
status quo, but it's going to be like, yeah, all right, they're not separate anymore. Everybody's heroes.
Well, I feel like there are going to be a lot of Skrulls. I mean, in this issue, Doctor Strange does this mumbo jumbo where he looks at everyone's soul, kind of.
Yeah, they have a mental projection of themselves.
Of their true selves, which
Yeah,
I think the three of us should do.
We should do that.
You would just see giant nuts over our head.
Over your head.
Maybe.
All right,
Yeah, over your head.
No,
Mine would be a squirrel, and Pete would just be like a dark cloud.
Probably.
Yeah.
In any
It would
case,
be Punisher.
New Avengers, great book. Definitely pick it up. We're going to move on and do one of your viewer mails now.
Oh.
Yeah. So, Andrew from California writes, I got into comics back in July, cool, with the Marvel Civil War trades, and ever since I've been reading as much as I can. but it's mostly been Marvel stuff. My friends all take it for granted that Marvel rocks and DC sucks Squirrel Master's nuts.
Oh, wow.
Wow. What a theme. But I just won't believe it.
I know.
So I ask you guys,
my
what
secret identity.
DC title is a must-read to show my friends and just how awesome DC really is? Thanks and keep up the great work.
That's a great question.
Well, I would
Yeah.
definitely not recommend Booster Gold. That's definitely
he can give you a list of
That's good.
millions of
Definitely
not recommendations.
Start with the negative,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
work towards the positive.
Pick up the Starman trades. First
Yes.
off, great book.
Excellent.
Every issue, the 80 issues, fantastic by James Robinson.
Yeah, that's a great recommendation. I also started reading Manhunter in
Yeah.
trades, and the interesting thing about it is it definitely starting to get towards a feel of Starman. I feel like it's
Yeah.
the only modern series that I would really compare to that, and they even do a little shout out
Oh,
to
really?
it in, I think, issue 24 or something like that. That's available 3 trades. Really good, really solid, fun superhero series. So I definitely
Also, a
pick
lot
that up.
of the DC Vertigo stuff is really good, like Fables and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it depends on what you like. If you like Civil War, what would you say is sort of like a big crossover thing, a big fun kind of superhero thing from the DC universe?
Well, stuff that to buy on the stands, like JSA kind of has that feel of like a lot's going on, and it's kind of rich storytelling if you like this.
JSA is a great suggestion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both, and I think you can even get into the current series. It's what issue 9 was released
Yeah.
this week, and it's
still
very,
kind of a
very
jumping
new
on,
reader
yeah.
friendly. Yeah, it's great.
Definitely.
Actually, what this week's is tying into is Kingdom Come. which
Oh,
that'll
right,
be
it's a
kind of
big
fun thing.
storyline.
Yeah, so Kingdom Come and trade is probably a good one as well.
What else on the stands? Anything else on the stands?
Suicide Squad.
Oh, you like that? That
Did you
just
like-
came out today.
All right, there
so
you go.
that's Rob to the minute.
Well, what do you guys think? Does DC rock, Marvel suck?
I don't know. I go back and forth. I definitely like a little bit more Marvel than I do DC, but there's also DC books that I enjoy.
Comes down to the writers and the characters for
Yeah,
me.
that's
Like,
true.
I like different characters from each thing. I don't like who's gonna read Moon Knight, even if it was published by anybody.
Yeah.
Those nuts. These nuts. All right. If you have a
Wait for the
question,
show to be over.
if you have a question for us, give us a call at 213-291-1883. We will play your call during the show. Or email us at tips@pulpsecret.com. You can also upload your own reviews and comments, and we'll put them on the show. Just put them on YouTube as a video response, or submit your video on our website at pulpsecret.com. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's
So,
been a real ball, you guys.
we'll see you guys next time.